Over the years, I've been lucky enough to go on some pretty rad road trips, driving some pretty gnarly machines, but any of those trips would be hard-pressed to match up with the trek I just recently took with my good friend Ralph Gilles in his brand new, freshly built 1968 Charger. The mad scientist at Speedkore crafted this thing from carbon fiber, high-strength steel, and chromoly, and it is a beast. It has the first Hellephant production engine, #1, making 1,000 horsepower. The suspension, it drives like, as Ralph says, it drives like a Viper, like it just sticks to the road. We put the first 1,400 miles on it, hard miles. We had a lot of fun. And then we met up with the Power Tour and did the first couple of legs of the Power Tour, which was in some crazy heat. It was like 98 degrees with a heat index of 114 the first day. But it was a blast. The car handled everything we threw at it. And you'll see a lot of reviews of this car online, but this will be the only one, at least of right now, where you get some driving impressions. I hope you all enjoy this video half as much as we enjoyed making it.
All right, Josh, what are your impressions now after about 1,200 miles on Hellucination?
I mean, I'm very honored that you had this car built for me, because it's been spectacular. No, really, it's bananas. It handles incredibly well. It has power everywhere. It's like a freight train on the freeway. It just wants to eat up miles. And then clearly anywhere you go, there's a crowd, whether it's car people, non-car people, just random folks, dogs. They're all attracted to the car. It's an incredible machine.
What surprised you about it?
You know what, I don't know if it's a surprise, but what I really like is the steering feel. Like, the steering wheel has this old school, like, thin kind of feel. So when you get in it, you expect it to be kind of like an old B-body with a little bit of body roll. But the difference is this is just stiff. So it just feels awesome that you have complete control, but you still, so it's like this nice mix of old and new. It's like you have this old school feel, kind of an old school sound.
Josh, one question you're going to get when you get home about this car is, what the hell was Ralph thinking? you obviously spent a lot of time with him, so what are your thoughts?
Well, Ralph was crazy. He was a little bit insane, which is why I think like 70% of the people who came up to this just assumed it was a wrap, because who builds a full carbon fiber Charger? But I'm glad he did, because it's awesome. You need those kind of just balls to the wall, devil may care. That's how you get the coolest shit. So I don't know what he was thinking, but I'm glad he was thinking it. It's incredible. Like, all the details are right. Like, I was with Mark Trossel at the SEMA show, at the employee show, and he was like, so many of these cars look great from a aesthetic outside, and then when you get to the interior, it just kind of cobbled together. And he goes, I should have known Ralph's interior would be spot on. And it is. Like, it's not too new school. Like, it doesn't have the big steering wheel. It doesn't have, you know, the thick dash. It's very, I mean, if you could say such a thing, it's kind of minimalistic. And I dig that they use different fabrication techniques. Like, the switches are 3D printed. A lot of, I mean, I'm sure you know a lot of other little tricks and techniques they did. As a fabricator, like, the way they did this car by building the entire thing in metal and then using sheet metal as the base to create the molds for the carbon fiber, because I learned this week you can't gap carbon fiber, so to get everything to work right, you had to base it on something that was already done. And like, the car just fits together perfectly. The biggest surprise for me was when we had it at Gingerman doing kind of a shakedown. There's no rattles, there's no squeaks. Like a project car or like a one-off car, there's always something. And this is just like, it just, like Ralph said, shits and gets. Like, it is so sticky, handles the curves awesome. We took it through the mountains. Like, I've been having a blast driving it. All right, so we just finished, how many miles did we do? 1,100, 1,200?
1,400 miles.
1,400 miles.
Yeah.
And your first impressions on driving this thing on the street?
It's going to be a love affair for a very long time. It's one of those things where you create a project, and that maiden voyage is always whether you're going to bond or not. You know, it's like an avatar. It links into you.
Yep.
And it feels like an extension of my soul because it embodies things I've loved since I was 5 years old, about the design, number one, the spirit of the car, number two, the fact that in my mind it's the quintessential Mopar. There's elements from it that we still use and will use in our future designs. And this week confirmed it. You know, obviously it was kind of, let's say, we put our thumb on the scale when we went to Hot Rod, right? Hot Rod Tours is just a teeming with hyper enthusiasts, the hardest core enthusiasts in the country that love Mopars and all that. So, but them seeing the car for the first time, the appreciation of different aspects of it, but the fact that it was still somehow, as crazy as this car is, it's true to its soul. So that affirmation, but also joy that people get it and they don't look at it like a bastardization of
there's so much of your soul in it, and I think that's a big deal. Like, you talk about bonding with it, like you've been bonding with this car kind of for 3 years, like in a certain way. And this is just like the final stage in this consummation. Now I'm making it dirty, but
well, it's gonna sound a little cheesy, but one of the reasons I watch a Fast and Furious movie is the hero car.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things. I'd grown up as a kid. I watched Dukes of Hazzard, I watched Knight Rider. I always watched those TV shows that had cars in them for the car. You know, Rockford Files, you name it. So having this car, it's a bit like meeting your hero in a way, you know. But I knew I've already met the hero before. I've driven older muscle cars. They're great, they're beautiful, but they don't drive so good.
Not like this does.
Mushy. That's where this all came together. Putting it through its paces right here, where the Smoky Mountains, took it up the Blue Ridge Parkway and some back roads, and it totally like blows our minds. Josh and I were like, no way. How could
it is incredible.
How could it be this good, look the way it does, and still feel somehow original? I mean, the wheel's nice and thin. It makes the right sounds. It's not loud. We have pretty quiet exhaust of it, so it doesn't annoy you. It actually wants you want to be in the car for hours and hours, which is, to me, mission accomplished.
And we were, and we loved every second. I loved every second of it. I know you did too.
Yeah.
And I feel like I bonded with it a little bit as well. So if it's ever not in your garage and you're like, where did my crazy Speedkore car go? Oh, Josh has it again. So
no, super cool, man. What an experience, an honor, and hats off to everyone involved with the project, all the sponsors, people at Speedkore, my work family, because it's not possible without them. I mean, I'm very lucky. I know I'm privileged, you know. There's a lot of things I give up that people don't know, so I could do this, right? So it's a bit extreme even for my family, but I'll never sell this car. It's one of those cars that is part of me, and I think it's going to make a lot of memories. It already has.
Hell yeah.
Every gas station stop is a conversation.
Yep.
Every car show, we're going to try to take it around and share it with as many people as we can.
I mean, we were pulling into park visitor lots and not car people at all. And they're like, whoa, what is that? That is awesome.
And, you know, sharing it and driving it. This is not a trailer queen. It already has 1,400 miles. I'm hoping we get to 50,000 miles one day. And the Elephant, hats off to Mopar.
Hell yes.
Is awesome.
Elephant #1, kicking ass.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard inspired wheels that Ralph designed. The SRT, the nod to the this baby, the SRT group. It's got red eye Brembos. Orange stitching, everything just flows together. The door handles are sweet. And yes, it is real carbon fiber. Answered that question a million times this week. A Detroit Speed rear end, HRE wheels, Speedkore body, HP tuners tune, and driven by us. So yeah, this was just an epic trip. Really, really fun time. I had a blast hanging out with Ralph, getting to, you know, kind of bond with the car. Hellucination is just, it's a work of art. It's automotive nirvana. It's just such a rad vehicle, and it has the, you know, the soul of its designer and Ralph, and then all the craftsmen that put their time, blood, sweat, and tears into it. It really is a accumulation of a lot of hard work and vision, and then the execution. It's an incredible machine. A lot of fabrication stuff is really cool on it too. I'm going to post a more fabrication heavy rundown of the vehicle for the fabricator at some point, so keep an eye out for that. The car's a beast. It's a freight train. It's going to be an icon of the industry. You'll have to get a chance to check it out in person because it's a truly remarkable rolling masterpiece. Appreciate you guys checking this video out, and have a good one.